Okay. So I've just watched the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul weigh-in, and I also had a look at the face-to-face. Okay, now I got a few things to say about this thing here. I love the fact that Jake Paul is very confident. The confidence, I'll be honest with you, has probably got him convinced that he's probably gonna win this fight. However, I'm more convinced than anyone on this planet that Jake Paul is gonna lose this fight. He can be confident all he wants. Confidence is one thing, but experience is another, right? AJ can swing, rock, and he's dominant in the ring. Okay, so I genuinely don't. I think Jake Paul is gonna be disciplined, and that's exactly what everyone wants to see. We want to see Jake Paul be disciplined. All right. Now, when I was watching the weigh-in, I'm gonna talk about the weigh-in first, right? I was watching the weigh-in, and Jake Paul came a bit strange with it, right? He said some strange stuff. Okay, he was confident, but listen to this.
216.6. Yeah, absolutely dialed. You listen to me, brother. When the ring bells, I'm coming in there and I'm coming on his ass.
You're coming with. Pause the whole thing. Pause everything. You're coming on his what? You're doing what on his where? Hey.
You know who I are? I are him. Let's go.
You have to love that confidence. You have to love that confidence. And I love the fact that he genuinely believes that this is going to be his fight. Now, despite being strange, his energy was just chaotic, right? It was almost like he was trying to convince himself. Now, that's one thing. Don't get me wrong. You have to believe in yourself to walk in this fight. And I think to fight someone like AJ, you need that level of, confidence. You need to be confident. However, confidence is one thing, my brother. Yeah? The fight you're going into is going to be crazy. And sometimes the loudest person in the room is usually just the person trying to silence the most doubt. Loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. They have more to prove, so they go a bit louder than everyone. So I just don't think this confidence is match winning. I just think it's something that he needs to get him into the ring to actually face off with AJ. Right now, when I was looking at the what do you call it? I was looking at the face to face. The face to face. Here's where I had a real problem, and it was with AJ because AJ was coming way too humble at some points. Yeah, and I understand. Listen, humility is a great trait to have. When you get to the top, you should always be humble, and that's probably what's kept him at the top. But this is not a podcast, bro. You're not on a radio show. You're not at a charity dinner. It's a fight. Eh? It's you're gonna be fighting. So I felt like I wanted to see a lot more of AJ showing that confidence, showing that me and you are not on the same level. What AJ usually does, and then he goes in and wins the fight, which is what makes it a lot more exciting. I feel like Jake Paul was getting into AJ's head a bit, probably with the weigh-in and the amount of confidence, and AJ's thinking, why does this guy want to fight me? So I feel like maybe Jake Paul is getting in his head a bit, and that's where the humility is coming from. Suddenly AJ's all respectful, right? He's complimenting him, and that's Twitch. That tells me that maybe Jake has enlisted some Jake, and I feel like, it's going to be a mental game, bro. It's going to be a mental game because they've come down to very similar weights, things like that, but they're still not the same kind of fighter. This fight's about discipline. We don't want humility, yeah? Everyone wants AJ to go in there and discipline this kid. I want Anthony Joshua to walk in that ring knowing one thing. I'm about to teach this youth a lesson, and he will never want to box again. That's how we want AJ coming. And respectfully, bro, AJ, you kind of let us down here. I want to see, we've all come to see the beast. Despite all of it, I just want to bring into focus why I don't think this is exactly going to be the most equal fight. The stats do not measure up at all. We're talking about two fighters who, one is way over the other, sticks out like a sore thumb when you're comparing the two. Anthony Joshua's had 30 pro fights. Jake Paul's only had 10. Within that pro experience, Anthony Joshua's nailed an Olympic gold medal. He's got world titles, and Jake Paul just turned pro. It's kind of like someone fighting their son. You know what I'm saying? AJ's got 22 knockouts. Jake Paul's got 7. Now, on that perspective, he's only had 10 fights. Knocked out 7, that's 70%. But still, numbers don't lie. AJ's knocked out more people. Bigger people, more fierce people. So I just don't think they equal even in that stat as well. Elite opponents faced. AJ has fought multiple world level heavyweights up and down the planet. Jake Paul's had very limited elite experience. He's barely had any pro fights. Despite the fact he's brought a lot of attention to the world of boxing, he's had some limited pro fights. Hey, Anthony Joshua's had championship rounds. Many. You can't even count. Jake Paul's had none. Okay, under pressure, AJ's proven. Jake Paul's still developing. This is gonna really be his first test. Really going up against someone under under pressure. Can Jake Paul get to Anthony Joshua's level at some point? You want to say yes, you believe in him, but right now, I don't know if he's ready for a fight of this magnitude. The experience will drive it home for AJ, and he better not let us down. Anthony Joshua has been through wars. He's been hurt, he's been counted out, he still came back, and Jake Paul has proven fast that obviously he can do what he can do to win, but this is not the same mountain. The altitude fighting AJ is going to be different, okay? That being said, I still want to give some respect to a man like JP, right? He's built a legit boxing career from YouTube, right? He's basically showing anything he touches, he can turn into gold, no matter what he does. Apart from rap, maybe. Apart from the whole music thing he was doing. I don't know if that banged out a little bit. However, he's taken real fights on, not just exhibitions. He's had some pro fights. As we can see, he's had about 10. He's improved in technicality, right? He's put on massive eyes on boxing. He's brought a lot of money to it. And there was a little voice in the back of my head saying, as Jake Paul paid AJ a bunch of millions, Jake Paul knows if he beats AJ, that's his, you know what I mean? So as he just paid my man 20-30 million to throw a fight, I hope not. And like I said, AJ, if you lose this, I'm training for a year and I'm coming to fight you. I'm coming to fight you. Listen, final verdict, I think this is an AJ fight. We all know that. I like to see the confidence. Jake Paul's moving mad. This is going to be a huge fight. It's going to shape boxing and I just can't wait to see it. You know, it's been Dave Reacts. It's going to be a mad thing and I'll catch you lot at the fight, man. Peace.